my channel is What Beck Sews. Welcome back if you're a subscriber, and welcome if you're new. Happy Friday. Today's Friday Sews is going to be a sewing makes vlog because I have had some incredibly productive sewing time over the past couple of weeks. I've got a piece to share with you that I made a few weeks back, but I can finally share it with you because all my Jazz and Wow boxes have been delivered. I have got another make here which isn't quite finished because it needs to be hemmed, but it's been hanging to allow it to drop. I've got a pair of trousers to share with you, and I've also started on another make. And then I have had some new purchases from a sewing patterns perspective, and I'm going to talk about those plans towards the end. So stay tuned to see more. Okay guys, now you'll have to forgive the scruffiness of me today. This is because it is Thursday evening. It's the first time I've had a chance to actually film. Normally I would do this in my lunch break or straight after work, but my daughter's got a party tonight, so I've had to cook dinner, I've had to jump in the shower and get that all out of the way, and now I just look like I've been dragged through a bush backwards, because this is what happens when I just leave my hair to dry on its own. I look like Cousin It, really, don't I? Anybody knows who, does everybody know who Cousin It is out of the Addams family? I think I look a bit like Cousin It right now. Anyway, sewing channel, let's carry on, shall we? Let's talk about the first thing I got made up. I want to share with you the Friday Pattern Company Patina blouse. Now, unfortunately, this one can't be entered into Sew April blouse because I did finish this before the end of March. This blouse, I shared with you the fabric and the makings, or the start of the makings of it, a few months ago, but ultimately it was housing my buttons from my latest quarterly box, or my first quarterly box, Jazz in Bloom. So I have finally finished this make and am now ready to share it with you. This is the first patina blouse that I have made with the button placket on the bottom of the arm, without putting elastic cuffing on it. And I did remember when I wore this to work earlier this week why I like to have my elastic cuff on it, because all I want to do is push my arms up. I've got colouring on there. This colouring is from making up or starting to make things that I'm going to put into the summer seasonal box. So there's a sneak peek. It's not actually that colour, but yeah, very similar. Anyway, I'm already digressing. So this is the Friday Pattern Company Patina blouse. I've made this in a large. I actually think now I need to size down because it's loose on me, but it works. I can tuck it in and it works nicely. I'm going to pop a picture in here of it, on various different pictures as I'm talking through it, because I have worn it this week, so I haven't got it to hand. This was a fabric that I got from a D-stash from Scrappy Bee. Scrappy Bee D-stash is what it was. And I mean, this is beautiful. It feels like a linen, but I'm pretty sure it was a cotton, and I know they corrected me last time when I said this. We did try and see if we could get this fabric anywhere at my sewing social when I was finishing this off, because a couple of the ladies really liked it and it just was nowhere to be seen. I know that the pictures have gone in. I have literally got this tiny scrap of this fabric left, and I'm going to save it to go, because I think I will just about get a tiny vesty bag out of that piece there. But the colours went really well with one of the colourways of the buttons from Jazz and Wow. Now, the patina blouse is a really easy, friendly, beginner friendly sew. I think obviously you have got the buttons, you've got the collar to contend with, but it is a flat collar with binding that just makes it all neat on the inside, and you've got a burritoed yoke as well on there. But there is a sew along over on Friday Pattern Company's YouTube channel, so if you do want a little bit of support helping your hand through this, this one would be a really good blouse entry. I'm sure this one's been mentioned a number of times by the vloggers on the Vlogger Tour, and I know I mentioned this last year, which is why I didn't mention it this year, but it is a really good friendly blouse with great instructions, and it's very size inclusive if you want to give one a go. Now, the buttons, as you can see, are obviously from Jazz and Wow. They were special to that particular box, and there was a few different colourways of them. But overall, I really enjoyed making this. It's been really nice wearing this in my work wardrobe and pairing it up with pink trousers, and just really, yeah, making a go of it. Now, the pink trousers that I'm actually wearing in here are my Saguaro trousers by Friday Pattern Company that I made last year. They are going to the Staffordshire Social this weekend to see if anybody else wants them, because they are too big on me. And I noticed that when I was wearing this, because they're made from like a viscose linen, they were starting to bag around the area of my belly. So I mean, it's a really good problem to have, but that is the reason why I went on to make my next make. So that is the first one, the Friday Pattern Company Patina blouse. The next one is the Pomona pants by Allen Patterns. Now the Pomona pants are a really straightforward pair of trousers that have just got a seam line around the inseam. So they are one pattern piece that you cut twice and you sew down the crotch line on each side. So you've got the front and the back that you sew down, and then you turn it so that's central and you sew up and round the inside seam. So it's such a straightforward pattern, but it's got this really nice top stitching detail that goes over the seam line. So you top stitch that down. And I think that just gives it that little bit extra to make it really stand out, that makes it just that little bit more of a polished finish, if that makes sense. Now I've made mine in a gorgeous pink, I want to say it's like a jacquard type woven fabric. My description there is incredible. This was a fabric that I picked up from Neil's in Milton Keynes. Now Neil's is like a big fabric market shack type thing, and they've got these boxes or bins as they call them that have got meterage of fabric in there, and there's usually about 5 meters and it's £1 a meter. So I have no idea what the composition of this fabric was, but I did wear this to work this week, which is again why I've not got them to hand. And actually they wore really well. I didn't get uncomfortable in them, so I don't know what the composition is, but it wasn't one that irritated my skin, overheated, or anything in. So I'm really happy with them. This has got a really nice elasticated waist. I do stray from the pattern slightly on this because I put the same width elastic in, but I like to top stitch it down. And the reason I top stitch it is because I have that mum tum, so when you sit you end up with that little crease, and I found previously it just popped over and it would flip all the time and it drove me around the bend. So what I've done by doing that top stitching, it just gives the stability there for the elastic to stay in place. And the other thing it does is it stops the elastic twisting, because it is quite wide elastic, so it stops that twisting when you are wearing the trousers or washing the trousers, which I found has happened previously when I haven't done this. Now some people have said to me in the past, top stitching the waistband can stretch it out. Yes it can, but if it's good quality elastic, if you hold an iron over the top and just hover over the top on it, it will shrink that elastic straight back into place, making it perfectly comfortable. I also think it's quite a nice detail on a pair of trousers to have that top stitching there, because I'll often wear these with a shirt tucked into them, so it just gives a little bit of detail when I'm wearing it to draw that waistline in. So I wore this earlier this week and I paired them with my Naya tee that I made last week and shared with you, and you'll see that from the pictures here. This is a Dupes design fabric that I got from the lovely Crafty Clyde, and I just love this outfit paired together. I was in the college on that day. I was with a parent doing something quite serious with them, having quite a serious conversation. But I felt like, because I knew that conversation was going to be quite serious and it was going to be quite a tough day, I wanted to bring a bit of joy to the room, and I felt wearing every colour under the sun would do that, because I even had red and pink trainers on. Oh, and they had a bit of white in them. So I think I was every colour on that day. But I wore these trousers to work. They are very much a worky pair of trousers, and I felt that they're really comfortable, they're really great, and you come home and you feel like you've been in secret pyjama bottoms all day. So that's the second thing I've got to share with you. The third thing I want to talk about is this thing here. Now let's see if I can get this off without having to stand up. This is the gorgeous viscose fabric that I got from my beautiful friend Ruth, who is seamstress here on Instagram and YouTube. She has opened up a fabric shop online. For those of you that haven't been watching me and hear me plug her shop no end of times, it is the Shropshire Sews. I will link it down below. This fabric is still in stock if you are interested, so you can head over and snap some up. Now what I will tell you about this fabric is it was really beautiful to work with. It's not too much of a lightweight fabric, which made it perfect for the choice that I have chosen. This is the Tilly and the Buttons Lotta dress. Now the reason this is unhemmed is because if you make the Lotta out of a viscose, you're cutting that slightly on the bias. you need to leave it to hang and just make sure that that drops before you hem it, so you don't end up with a wonky hem. And I've learnt that lesson the hard way a couple of times. So this has been hanging in my room all week and been meaning to get round to finishing it off, but I have got it. It's more or less done, and I will probably whip that up tonight or tomorrow night, because I might wear this on Saturday, that or I'm wearing really comfy trousers and a top. I haven't decided yet. So this has a facing to it, and I've popped one of my favorite Rosy Cheeks labels in, which is Perfectly Me, and this blue is definitely Perfectly Me. Now I don't have any pictures of me in this, and I will be honest, so there won't be going any in today. You're just gonna have to imagine this beauty on me, and I will at some point wear this probably to work next week, because this is how I envision wearing this, and get some photographs and pop them on Instagram, and if needs be share them with you guys if you want to see them next week. But this is beautiful. I've made the shorter length Lotta. So Tilly and the Buttons Lotta Dress is one of her earlier patterns. This does go in her full extended size range now. This is one of her more simple beginner friendly options. This is quite simple faced front, and then it's got an elasticated channel that goes in around the center, and then it's like a half circle skirt, and there's two different lengths to this. There's a longer version and a short version. You can make this in a jersey as well, and if you do make it in a jersey, there's a neckband that goes with the jersey, so that's quite nice too. I think this is great when it is made in a lightweight fabric, but I have made this in a cotton lawn before. I think this is really quick sew as well. I think I got this done in about 2 hours from start to finish, to the point where I've made this that many times I didn't use the instructions because I've lost my instructions for it. So I've got this pattern twice in the paper version, not PDF. This is why I've now got to a point where I love PDFs. And I have managed to make this up and remember everything that I needed to, because yeah, I've lost my instructions for it, which is a real shame, but I don't need them, so it's not a problem. So yeah, that is my Tilly and the Buttons Lotta Dress, made in this gorgeous viscose, perfect for spring. So I have started another make, which I haven't got to hand, so let me grab it for you. Okay, Cousin It back on the screen after feeling even more disheveled because I couldn't find it. I was having a bit of a panic there. So I've started one of my entries for the Sew April blouse. This isn't finished yet. This is one that I'm going to have to finish over the weekend. I was hoping to get a bit of time to sew this week, but my inflammation in my rib cage has been awful this week. So I've been uncomfortable, so it's been easier to lay down rather than sit hunched over when I'm already doing that during the day for work. But I started making the Anna Allen Anthea blouse. I managed to say that first time. I'm so proud of myself. This is a gorgeous fabric that I got from Make UK, and my vision of this blouse is one that is slightly dressy and perfect for work or out for a date night. Now all I've done so far is got the back and the front, and I have popped the placket and top stitch to that down, but can you see how beautiful this hot pink jacquard viscose is? Now Lizzie's dress was a wrap dress that she made in this for the actual Frock Tales event, but when we went to Make Fabric Boutique, I saw this and was like, I need this in my life. And then I started thinking about, what do I do to make myself a pretty dress? And I thought, well, dress like this I'd wear to work, but a dress like this I probably wouldn't wear to work. So I thought a blouse would be perfect. It'd be great for interviewing, be great when I'm presenting in schools, would be great for when I'm in the office and I've got meetings. So yeah, that is the start of that. And that's it for makes so far. I have been doing some ordering of patterns in the last week. I've got my Sojo in full flow at the moment, and I like it when this happens. And part of that is because I need clothes. I desperately need clothes. I'm not fitting in half of my clothes at the moment. And that, again, it's not a bad problem to have. So I've been looking at patterns and deciding what I may or may not like. And there was a pattern that I ended up purchasing this week that I didn't think I would purchase. And that is the latest Tilly and the Buttons pattern. And as always with Tilly's patterns, I own most of them, but there are the odd few that she brings out that I look at and go, I'm never going to wear that, or that's a really straightforward pattern, why would I buy that? There's lots of free options out there that are very similar. And then in true Tilly style, the makers start making, and you just need to have it in your life. And that's exactly what happened with the Samara. When I saw it at the Stitch Festival, I wasn't keen. I thought it was a very boxy jumper, or it's not a jumper, boxy kind of blouse that I'd never really wear. And I thought the crop version is beautiful, but would I have the confidence to wear it? And there are lots of similar patterns out there like it, but I've seen more and more versions made up, and I just, you know, I needed it in my life. And that is what this fabric out here is for. So I have now washed this. This is that beautiful fabric that I got from First for Fabrics that I shared with you last week. I'm being really good at trying to sew up what's coming into my wardrobe. Being quite good at trying to sew up what's coming into my stash quite quickly. So I have got this washed, and it is much less scratchy. I said to you that it felt like it was a bit stiff because of the print on there, but it's much better now I've washed it. Because it's double gauze, I'm not going to iron it, and I have seen a few gorgeous double gauze versions of this. So I've ordered this, and it will actually be here because I ordered my AO printout. I did debate on printing it at home and then just sticking it all together, but I was ordering a couple of things, so I thought I'll just get them all in one go. So I ordered from CLC Prints, and normally they come quite quickly, but this week I think I ordered these on Saturday, and they're not being delivered till Thursday. Today's Thursday, so they're not being delivered till tonight, some point before 9 o'clock apparently. Anyway, I'm waffling now. So this is going to be a Samara cropped version with the elasticated cuff blouse, and we're going to see how we get on and if I like it. It's quite an oversized fit. It is definitely more Adele than it is me, although I must admit even I thought she wouldn't like it, because she did ask me to pick it up for her, and I looked at it and I went, you're not going to like that, so I didn't pick it up. But I probably should have done, because it is very her. So yeah, and I think that would be gorgeous in a double gauze, and it'll be a nice breezy, easy breezy flowy top as we come into these spring months. So that is on my plans. I do have a plan that I can't share with you. I have got some little project that I'm working on in the background that I will be sewing up at this weekend social. This weekend is the Staffordshire social, and I'm so excited about it. It feels like ages since I've seen the ladies. I know it's only been a month, but it just feels like ages since I've seen them. So I'm really looking forward to going there, and I'm going to take that little project with me. But I did order some other patterns this week to come through the door. So the first one, I've got a reprint on the Hope dress, because my version has been altered for my previous shape and size so many times that I thought I better reprint the pattern. So I've done that. That's coming out because I fancy making up a couple of them. I've got some gorgeous viscoses in my stash that I really want to use for that. And then I have ordered the gorgeous Emily dress, and I have done this because of the plug that Sam and the wonderful Sisters of Stitchcraft. My brain's not working now. They did a collaboration on it, and the Northern Soul Sisters, actually, I'd ordered this before I watched the Northern Soul Sisters vlog. They are doing a collaboration on it, so I'm really keen to see what theirs look like, and particularly Ruan's version, because she was mentioning the square neck, but she quite liked the V-neck, and I'm torn between the two, and I definitely want the bishop sleeve because I think that's beautiful. I do actually really like the round neck version as well. I do like the puffy sleeves, but I know what I'm like with puffy sleeves, and the chances of me wearing it are slim. That's more an Adele style. But I like the idea of having the round neck with a bishop sleeve as well. I like this pattern. I like how many different options there are for it. I'd never make the frill down the front because that's not me. I like the top version, so I'm quite looking forward to seeing how that looks on Rachel. So yeah, if you haven't seen their collaboration vlog, which I'm sure you will have done, the Northern Soul Sisters, on what they're doing with this, go over and watch it. Go and watch Sam's vlog on the Emily dress, and go and watch the Sisters of Stitchcraft vlog on the Emily dress, because they've made theirs up, their versions, and it just, all of them, those three really convinced me to go out and buy the pattern, and I'd already been looking at it, so it was just that nice little push that I needed. So I have ordered that. That will go into plans sometime soon, but I don't know when, because I've still got some blouses that I want to make, and I think most of this month will be taken up from making blouses. Because we've got the Sew Up Blouse Challenge running, it would be nice to get as many done as possible, but also because there's a couple of them that I'm really excited to make. that I shared in my vlog on Sunday. Funny story, I had some real problems with my editing last week. I have a new mobile phone, and this is actually being filmed on my old mobile phone. So I use a certain vlogging app for mine, which is why it didn't come out till really late last week. And on my new phone, I filmed it. The quality was so much better than my usual quality, and the imagery and everything was really, really good. And then the sound sounded really funny when I put it in the app. So I changed all the sound, and then I uploaded it into the app, and then it wouldn't export. So it obviously doesn't export that quality. It only exports the quality from this one. So I will work out a new vlogging software to edit from, and hopefully I'll be filming that from my new phone, so you get a nice clearer picture of moi on the screen, looking like Cousin It. So I think that's it from me today, with everything from plans, what I'm making. I will pop in some photos at the end of the Jazz in Bloom seasonal box, because I think everybody has now received theirs, and I think that most of the vloggers that have had them have actually unboxed theirs for you now. So I feel like I now can share what went into that, so that when I promote my next seasonal box in June, you can have a look and see if it might be something you would be interested in getting yourself. So thank you very much for taking the time to watch me today. I will catch you all next Friday, hopefully with some amazing makes, more makes to share with you. And I will have some fabric too, because I may have done a sneaky little purchase. Right guys, take care, have a great week sewing, and I'll catch you soon. Bye.